Welcome, electronic video guests, to the outer limits of the trading card hobby TTM. Through the mail, we seek to have the famous and the infamous sign the trading cards and photographs we send to them through the mail. Today we have 5 such specimens to examine. 5 trading card autograph request return specimens to examine. And we will be examining these specimens in minute detail. So if you like seeing envelopes being cut open, you've come to the right place. Sit back, relax, get ready to enjoy the fun. Presented to you from the worldwide YouTube video airfill. That is right, electronic ladies and electronic gentlemen. We have us a Monday afternoon TTM special looking at some through the mail autograph request returns. Hopefully you did not have to report back to work on this Monday morning. Hopefully you're independently wealthy and you can do as you please. For those of you who must labor for the benefit of the elite of society, for those of you who must devote most of their life, most of their waking life, to earning treasure for people higher up the ladder, I give you my condolences. Hopefully your superiors at least reward you with a hearty slap on the back for your sacrifice for their benefit. Hopefully you had at least got the weekend off and were able to recharge your batteries and live as you want to live for at least 48 hours. Hopefully you're not stuck with 2 or 3 part-time jobs and you were laboring all weekend too. But we're going to look at some TTMs. I had a fun weekend. Saturday I went to the Motor City Comic Con here in Southeast Michigan. There's one celebrity in particular my wife wanted to meet. She is a big fan of the comic and the TV show Daredevil. She wanted to meet the star of that. There were a lot of celebrities there at the Motor City Comic Con. One fellow, as I was wandering around, one fellow I noticed he didn't look too happy to be meeting his fans. That's a gentleman named Carl Urban who plays one of the main characters on the Amazon Prime show The Boys. He plays a character named Billy Butcher. You can see I'm going to be putting up photographs from the Comic Con. You can see, hopefully I'll have the photo on the screen of Carl Urban looking absolutely undelighted to be greeting his fans. And let me tell you something. I don't know why he's got such a sour puss on his face. This gentleman was charging, if I'm not mistaken, $100 for his autograph. A little bit more if you wanted to get a picture taken. So he was grumpily accepting the $100 from the sheeple at the Comic Con. Like I said, most of the celebrities were very nice. The ones my wife and I met, very lovely people. Like I said, she is a big fan of the show and comic book Daredevil. And she said, we have got to get our picture taken with Charlie Cox. Of course, he plays Daredevil. I'll put that picture up, although I'm going to blot out our faces because I don't want the sinister forces getting any more access to facial recognition opportunities. I believe I've scrubbed my face off of everything except, of course, my driver's license photo. But I'll put up the photo with the faces blotted out or altered in some way. You can see we met Charlie Cox very, very briefly. When you get these photos there, be with the what they call a professional photo op, They heard you in and out real quick. We were probably with 30 to 45-second stops, just enough to tell him we were fans and wish him well and him to do likewise. And then they snap one picture and you're out of there. But seemed like a very nice guy. Had a nice, genuine smile on his face. So my wife was thrilled to meet Charlie Cox. And then I don't know if you guys know this fella here. He was a bargain photo. You do a selfie. Some of these guys you can get selfies with. This guy had a nice bargain rate. Remember this fella from La Bamba? S.A. Morales. Well, he was a very, very nice guy. We chatted with him. He didn't have much of a line at his station. So we were able to chat with him for actually a couple of minutes. Very nice guy. And he complimented my wife lavishly. That made her day. S.A. Morales. Thank you, sir. Had a good time. And then there was one my wife did not want to get her picture taken with. I said, all right, if you don't, but I'm definitely going up there. And you'll probably recognize this young lady as the star of Game of Thrones. She played Cersei Lannister. Of course, I'm a fan of hers primarily from I like Game of Thrones, but I really liked her in the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which was on I think Fox for a couple of years, and unfortunately they canceled it. But she did a great job. It was a great show, and she did a great job in that show, which she was on before Game of Thrones. But very, very nice lady, as you can see from the photo here, and enjoyed meeting her. And very lovely, very nice young lady. There's, like I said, a lot of celebrities there. Big lines for Kit Harington. He was from the Game of Thrones. He was there. He played Jon Snow. And a lot of other celebrities. Guy from The Boys. Billy Lord. If you watch American Horror Story, you've seen her on a lot of those. Who else was there? Who else had a... Oh, Selma Blair. Surprisingly, she had a big line. But a lot of celebrities. A fun time at the... It was packed, too. I went to one of these Comic Cons in Washington, D.C. in March, and it wasn't nearly as crowded. This thing was by 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. The thing started at 10. By 1:30, you could barely walk down the aisle without bumping. It was, elbow to elbow throughout the whole thing. It was jam packed, but we had a great time at the Motor City Comic Con. A nice way to spend our Saturday afternoon. All right, enough about that. Let us start with some TTMs. TTM number one, that's coming to me from my own neck of the woods, Metroplex, Michigan. How about that? That is where I live. Metroplex, Michigan. If you don't know where that is the Southeast Michigan megalopolis, the Detroit megalopolis. I can turn down one street here where I live, turn onto Michigan Avenue, drive for 30 minutes, and I am in downtown Detroit, all connected by Michigan Avenue. You get to you get to drive through the lovely Detroit suburbs such as Ypsilanti, Belleville, Wayne, Inkster, Dearborn. Dearborn's not too bad in Highland Park, but anyway, that is Metroplex, Michigan. All right, let's see who we got from Metroplex, Michigan. Cut this open and see. Our first TTM. Look at that. We got us 2 ball cards. And they are, oh, look at that signature from Craig Willana. Do you see that? That's like a huge, that must be one of the thickest Sharpies. Look at the size of the ink strokes with that Sharpie. That is some kind of signature with a huge, Fat Sharpie. Thank you, Mr. Craig Wallana, now 58 years old. These are his beautiful 1991 score rookie cards. Look at those sweet old rookie cards. Look at that huge signature. Craig Wallana, now 58 years old, played 13 years in the National Hockey League from 1985 to 1998, playing for the New Jersey Devils, Quebec Nordiques, Colorado Avalanche, Tampa Bay Lightning, and Toronto Maple Leafs. He was a defensive defenseman, scoring only 40 career goals and 177 points in 695 games. He was part of the Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche in 1996, but he played just 7 games during the team's playoff run. He had a famous incident where he coughed the puck up in the Avalanche's end in Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Blackhawks. That that puck giveaway led to Chicago's overtime goal, put the Hawks up 2-1 after the game. His screw up led to an argument between Patrick Waugh and the head coach Mark Crawford, and they decided, well, we better sit Wallana for the rest of the playoffs. Although he did play enough games to get his name engraved on the Stanley Cup. But I bet that's a bit of a bittersweet memory for Craig Wallana. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you signing your 1991 score rookie cards with that jumbo blue Sharpie. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. All right, let's go to TTM number 2, coming to us from Greensboro, North Carolina. Greensboro, North Carolina. Let's see what we got us from Greensboro. Greensboro, North Carolina. Oh, look at this old Stadium Club card. Well, I sent this out quite a while ago. Finally getting it back. Mr. Dan Gackler. Boy, that came out nice, didn't it? That is a 1992 Topps Stadium Club. Boy, that really looks good. Look at that signature on that beautiful card. Dan is now 62 years old. Look at that. I love those old Stadium Club cards. Pitched one season with the Tigers in 1991. He had 1 career win, 4 losses, a 5.74 ERA, and 2 saves. His only win came against the Seattle Mariners, June 14th, 1991. The starting pitcher and winner at the old Kingdome, Dan Gackler. At least he's got 1 big league win. How about that? That's 1 more than most of us. Thank you, sir. Well, that old Stadium Club card looks great, doesn't it? Dan Gackler, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, what do we got us next? This one here is coming to us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. How about that? What do we got us from the city of brotherly love? Got to cut it open, take a look and see. City of brotherly. Looks like we got a note back. And it looks like we got us. Look at this. Mr. Keith Hughes, a 1998 Donruss rookie card. Let's take a look at the back of that. Look at that old Donruss rookie card. That's pretty sweet. Keith Hughes, 63 years old. And it looks like he put us a Bible verse on here. What does that say there? John 3:36, I do believe. John 3:36. 3:36. I believe John 3:36 is, "He that believeth on the Son hath everlasting life, and he that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abideth on him." John 3:36, most probably the words of John the Baptist as he's speaking to the crowd, although some so-called scholars believe that is comes after John the Baptist's words, and those are the words of the disciple John. But either I tend to lean towards John the Baptist. Either way, whoever said it, the message is strong and true. He that believeth on the Son hath everlasting life. He that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abideth on him. Remember that in these coming days of UFO and alien disclosures, when they try to tell you what is what and where you all originated from and who created you, remember the verse that was published here by Keith Hughes, an ambassador for Christ, the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 36. Thank you, Mr. Hughes, for sharing that important message. I think I asked him about his minor league career. He only had a brief 4 call-ups in 4 seasons with 5 different teams. He only had 227 career at-bats, hit 204 with 2 home runs. And he seemed to discriminate or did not like Hispanics because he hit his home runs off Hispanic pitchers, Melito Perez and Jose Guzman. But I think I might have asked him about his minor league days. No, I did not. I said, because he played for so many different teams. Who was the best manager you ever played for? Johnny Oates. What big league city had the friendliest girls? I stayed away from them. Thanks for the note. I only had 2 home runs in the major league, so I definitely remember. Didn't remember that was our only run. I think I asked him about one of those Hispanic pitchers he hit a home run off of. But you know what? He said he stayed away from them friendly girls. Hey, stick you onto the path of the straight and narrow and you can't go wrong. Thank you, Mr. Keith Hughes. Appreciate you answering the question. Appreciate you signing that Donruss rookie card, and most of all, appreciate you publishing that beautiful and important scripture from John chapter 3, verse 36. Keith Hughes, Ambassador for Christ, thank you. All right, next up, we got us a return from Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida. Let's see what we got from Miami. See what we got, some ball card from Miami. In fact, I think we got 2 beautiful rookie cards. Man, oh man, look at those. Darius Kasparaitis. Look at those sweet 91, 92 Upper Deck rookie cards. Man, these are a sweet card, aren't they? Look at him. He's in his old Soviet Union uniform. Boy, that is a sweet looking card. Look at that. Great hockey player out of Russia, the Soviet Union. He was not a finesse player like some of the early Russian players were finesse players. This guy was one of the biggest hitters in the National Hockey League.
It was a good hard hit, I think, but I don't know about being congratulated for it. Lindros, shoulder, you can see, Mike, Lindros had the puck in his feet. That's a good, clean hit. Lindros looked down for the puck. Kasparaitis never left his feet. He led with his shoulder. That is a clean hit. And Lindros has the puck. He reaches for it around Stu Barnes. He's looking for it. And here comes Kasparaitis. And the shoulder of Kasparaitis went right into the nose of Eric Lindros. It was a shoulder into the face of Lindros. Oh. That's a clean hit. Unfortunate for the Big E train. He was looking down for the puck. And I always have a concern with what probably is a concussion. Eric's brother, Brett, had to retire prematurely.
Bone jarring hits. He got his hits were called. He got the Kasparaitis crunch. He was one of the biggest hitters in the National Hockey League during his storied 14-year career. Tremendous defensive player. Fifth overall in the 1992 draft from the Islanders. Lithuanian-born defenseman. He played 863 games with the Islanders, Penguins, Avalanche, and Rangers. 163 career points, 1,379 penalty minutes. He would lay the wood into you. He prioritized physical intimidation over scoring. Also, a very highly decorated Olympian. He won a gold in '92, a silver in '98, and a bronze in 2002. A true Hall of Famer, Kasparaitis remains an enduring icon of aggressive, old-school defensive hockey. He received the title of Honored Master of Sports of the USSR in 1992, was inducted into the Russian and Soviet Hockey Hall of Fame in 2016. His 28 career Winter Olympic Games is a record among Russian national team members. Look at those beautiful rookie cards from Darius Kasparaitis. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. That is a couple of great ones to add to our collection. All right, we are now down to our last TTM. This here's coming to us from Columbia, South Carolina, to end our TTM Monday. Let's see what we got from Columbia, South Carolina. Two more ball cards. Look at that, personalized. One says Jeff, oh my best. One says Jeff, good luck. Al Skinner. Oh, look at Al Skinner. Look at these beautiful 1975-76 Topps rookie cards signed by Al Skinner. Three-time All-Yankee League guard at UMass. He played 2 seasons in the ABA and then was, of course, went over into the NBA with the New York, New Jersey Nets. He was on the 1976 ABA champion Nets team, played 4 seasons in the NBA with the Knicks, Pistons, Nets, and 76ers. For his career, he averaged 9.1 points and 2.8 assists per game. After his playing days, he transitioned not into a female, but into a coach. He transitioned into a coaching career. Had a pretty decent career as a college coach. Most notably, he led Boston College to 7 NCAA tournament appearances in 13 years. Mr. Al Skinner, thank you, sir. Really appreciate you signing those 1975-76 Topps rookie cards. Those look great. Al Skinner. All right, that is it for our TTM Monday. I hope you enjoyed seeing those TTMs and seeing a couple pictures from the Motor City Comic Con. We are in the long, cold football off season. Most of us have no idea what to do with ourselves without football, but I suggest enriching your mental life by heading over to Amazon.com. Type in this author's name, Henry L. Rassico, this book title. That book will come up, as well as maybe a couple other books. Let's put those books up, picture on the screen. While you're waiting for football to start back up, why not enrich other aspects of your life? You know, pretty soon, supposedly, the government is going to tell us that aliens are real and that they've got bodies and all that good stuff, and who knows what all else they'll tell you, so human experience may be diminished. Read this one here while you can. It is a complete rundown of every aspect of human experience. It will tell you, it'll be an acute examination of the messes we make for ourselves and others make for us and how we process them and how we move on or don't move on. If you like reading a gritty, realistic, graphic account of what everyday life is like, you'll like any one of those books on the screen. But if you are a crybaby, if you're easily offended, if you think life is just every day as a walk at the beach with sunshine, seashells, balloons, and all that, I don't think you like that book, any of those books. But like I said, if you're a big boy, a big girl, or a big train and you can handle the truth, you'll like these. So go over there, Amazon, do me a favor and buy one or all three of them. And I guess that is going to be about it until next time. God willing, I'll be back in a few days with some other type of video, maybe some more TTMs. I've got these boxes of Bowman we got to bust open. Maybe the next video we'll do a couple TTMs, bust open one of these Bowman packs, give away some Bowman cards. I saw a couple days ago TTM Mike busted open a Bowman box like these, and he got some pretty good rookie cards. Uh, Looked like a pretty good box he had. Hopefully, I'll get some luck, get some good rookies, and maybe some of the top prospects. Who's in this? I give Ethan Halliday's. Ethan Holiday's a big prospect. Guy named Florentino, a couple others. We'll bust open that next video and give some away while we look at some TTMs. Until then, remember, enjoy the rest of your life.